Most people that are searching for a new home in Gig Harbor make the same mistake over and over and over. You know what they do? They simply get on Google and they search for best neighborhoods in Gig Harbor. And a couple of the traditional options show up, the old names that everybody has heard of for years, hence why they're on Google. They make too quick of a decision without really researching the areas that they're looking in to make sure that they fit their lifestyles and their needs. And then lo and behold, a couple years later, they're like, nope, this was a mistake. They know Gig Harbor much better after living here. They end up calling us to sell their home just to relocate somewhere 2 or 3 miles away. The goal of this video is to get you to not make that same mistake. Gig Harbor has over 320 homes on the market right now, which is above 50% from what we had just a year ago. There's a wide range of homes that people look at, a wide range of a demographic that people have, and I see the same thing over and over, whether it be people relocating from out of state, moving down here from Seattle, whatever it may be. Some people make that mistake and they make too quick of a decision. I've others seen buyers nail it because they have somebody that is an expert in this area guiding them and they know exactly what they're getting into and they make the perfect purchase. That's what my job is. My name is Darren Rivers. I am the Northwest Realtor and I am managing broker of the Rivers Group. My team and I have helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of families relocate to Gig Harbor, and we help you nail it so you end up in the right spot. With over 600 homes in just 8 years bought or sold, we can help you out too. So before we get into the 7 neighborhoods that we're going to talk about in this video, let's give you some context as to why Gig Harbor is so great and what the long-term forecast is for Gig Harbor and why it's such a good long-term decision. So Gig Harbor is in Pierce County, which has over 930,000 people county-wide. Now Gig Harbor itself, the city limits is quite small. It's only about 12,000 people. The surrounding area that is all considered Gig Harbor has Gig Harbor address. It's around 40,000 people or so. Now, we have had some growth. We've had an 8.9% increase in population since 2020. We've added 34,000 jobs and another 26,000 jobs are projected to be added by 2030. That's according to the Seattle Greater Partners. And by the way, the median household income in Pierce County is $96,000. It's well above the national average. So why is Gig Harbor growing? It's more economical to live here than other parts of the country or even other parts of the area. For example, King County is the most expensive county in Washington State. It's where Seattle is. It's just north of here. In the last year, 16,000 residents have relocated from King County to Pierce County because your dollar goes so much further here in Pierce County. Also, the big metro areas that are looking to Gig Harbor, San Francisco, Houston, and Spokane are the 3 biggest markets that are looking to relocate to Gig Harbor. And if you're coming from California, like I came from California over 30 years ago, you are just one of the many that are looking to relocate to a cheaper area that is as lovely as this, which is Gig Harbor, Washington. Okay, so let's dive into the 7 different neighborhoods that we're going to talk about today. And we're going to talk about who it may fit, where they're at, what the attractions are, what maybe some of the downfalls are. And we're going to start right here in Rosedale. And as you can see, some of Rosedale is right here on the water. Rosedale is in the northwest part of Gig Harbor, so it's just to the west side of Highway 16, north of Artendale. And it's got a wide range of things out here. There's obviously the beautiful waterfront, like we're sitting on a dock right now. It's also got some more rural kind of areas where you can have some equestrian properties, you can have some acreage, there's a lot more trees, there's no real tract home type neighborhoods. It's a little bit older, more established, certainly one of the more famous areas of Gig Harbor, Artendale, Rosedale, that kind of blend together, but we are here in Rosedale. It's got Henderson Bay, it's got Raft Island. Depending where you're at in Rosedale, you might be right next to the freeway, so it makes it super easy for commuters that need to get to the freeway and get to Tacoma or up to Bremerton. If you're at the far stretches of Rosedale, you're still only 6 or 7 minutes away from the freeway. So as far as freeway access and amenity access, it's super convenient. Shoot, from where I'm standing, a drive to Costco, maybe 6 minutes, maybe? So price points out here in Rosedale, gosh, it's a wide range, okay? So we're here on the water. You could easily find yourself looking at $4 or $5 million houses that are on the water with docks and are just exquisite. You could also just be 2 blocks off, or it's not even blocks. We don't have blocks out here in Rosedale. These are truly kind of country rural roads, but you can easily find a much more modest home in the $700,000-$800,000 range. $600,000 range out here in Rosedale, it's probably not going to be a great property, or it's going to be a house that needs some updating. I mean, you have to realize in our Gig Harbor area, our average price point is close to $900,000. So finding homes in the $600,000 range, while they do exist, they're either going to be pretty small, they're going to be on small lots, or they're going to need some work and some updates. So just keep that in mind. For an average home out here in Rosedale, you're looking, between $800,000 and $900,000, but you can certainly climb if you're looking for something pretty exquisite. They exist. Okay, so we are going to drive from Rosedale down to Artondale, and these are 2 very distinct areas. They've been around a long time, historically known, but to me, they kind of blend together. I mean, they do border each other. They're both on the west side of Gig Harbor. Artondale is a little bit south of Rosedale, but they're the same kind of environment. They both have beautiful waterfront homes. They both have the rural kind of area. We're on one of these rural country roads right now. It just kind of winds through it. Average price points are pretty similar of, between $800,000 and $900,000. You can certainly spend millions of dollars on waterfront homes, or have something a little bit more inland and a little bit more modest. So we're driving to Artondale right now, and while we're on our way, just want to let you know that we do have the relocation guide, and we have our neighborhood quiz. There's 2 QR codes that we're going to put up on the screen right here, and take a look at those, download everything so you can get a more thorough look in my relocation guide of each area and what they have to offer. Okay, so we are in just kind of a typical neighborhood here in Artondale now. This might be a little bit on the higher end because these homes are on pretty decent sized lots. They're obviously very nice, and a lot of them have the little peekaboo view that is right behind me right now. This is exactly what Artondale represents, is stuff just like this. You're not going to find the tract homes that you are, say, in Harbor Hill, where every other home looks about the same and they're really close together. These homes are much more established. They're on bigger lots. All of these lots are about a 1/4 acre or so. These homes, we just sold one on this very street last year. It sold for about $1.1 million. So you're looking a little over $1 million for these, and depending on what kind of view it might have, it can go up and down from that. This particular street, some of the homes have that view, some of them don't. So views cost a lot of money, actually. I mean, it just depends what is your personal value in looking out at something like that. We have a southwest exposure here, so it's really, really nice, and on a beautiful summer day like this, pretty lovely area to live. Some things about Artondale here versus Rosedale, like I said, they're really, really similar, but we're a little further away here in Artondale than we were in Rosedale from the freeway and some of the amenities. This is kind of the far southwest part of Gig Harbor, so it takes longer to get anywhere. It takes longer to get to the freeways. It takes longer to get to the grocery stores. Definitely further away from Costco and the YMCA and Home Depot and things like that. The hospital, it's going to add another 7, 8, 10 minutes maybe to your commute. So if that's a big deal every day to add 10 minutes each way, it's 20 minutes of your life every single day. Whereas if you were just a little north in Rosedale, it'd be more convenient. If 10 minutes each day is not a bbig deal, well, then it's not a big deal for you, but that's for you to decide and what fits into your lifestyle. And while I'm sitting here, I was just thinking if there's anything else I want to say about Artondale, and what struck me is how quiet it is. There's no freeway noise. There's no main arterials at all out here. All I hear is the birds chirping. Now, it is a Friday morning, but summer started. I mean, kids are out of school, and this is just super quiet and peaceful. This is just a lovely place to live. If you want kind of a quiet, less busy area to live, Artondale and Rosedale would definitely be good considerations for you. Okay, so we are transitioning from Rosedale and Artondale, and we're heading out to Fox Island. But while we're driving out there, so we're basically doing kind of a loop and hitting this 7 neighborhoods, but one of them we're not going to drive all the way out to, so I'm going to talk about it right now, and that is the Key Peninsula. So the Key Peninsula is out over the Purdy Bridge. It is the furthest west part of Gig Harbor, if you will, but it's long. I mean, it starts on the northwest side of Gig Harbor, and the peninsula goes way out there. I mean, you can drive all the way out to the end. Could take 35, 40 minutes to get out there. It's a really desirable place to be if people want more privacy, if they want more of the rural feel. Also, your dollar is going to go further for sure. The downsides are obviously it's further away from everything. You do have to deal with the Pretty Bridge, which is a small little 2-lane bridge, and during rush hour, traffic can get built up. So there's some downfalls to it, and it's further away from all the amenities, which is why your dollar will go so much further. But some people like that. Some people want to be away from people and be out in the country more, have that more rural setting. There is a great sense of community out there. My director of operations, Ashley Ford, she actually lives out there. She's very involved in the community and she loves it, and it's great for her and her family. So it's going to fit some people very, very well. It's not going to fit everybody very well, and it just kind of depends on what's important to you. And if you're a commuter and you're driving into Tacoma, you have to be prepared for that bridge backup that happens, because that's a real part of your life. If that's not a big deal to you, or you work from home, or you have off hours, whatever it may be, or you just want to be out the country, then it might be a perfect fit for you. Okay, the next area that we're going to talk about is Fox Island. Right over there, that is the Fox Island Bridge. And Fox Island's got some great attractions to it, and it's got some negative stuff. It's got some things that are totally up in the air that people just don't know what's going to happen. So let's talk about Fox Island first. It's got about 3,500 residents or so. It's 78% owner occupied, which is well above the average of Gig Harbor, which is 60% owner occupied. So a lot of residents live out there. There's no real industry out there to speak of. There's no real shopping. There is a store and a bar called Zog's, which is a great hangout, and it's a really cool place, but there's no real retail at all. There's no big grocery stores. There's none of that stuff. So if you want to live out there, it is true residential living, and then you have to commute to get to all of the amenities. Now the commute, if you're on this close end of Fox Island, is not very far. If you're on the far end of Fox Island, it could take 25 minutes to get to the grocery stores or the freeways, just depending on the time of day. But let's talk about some of the attractions of Fox Island. First of all, it's got a ton of waterfront. I mean, there's waterfront homes all around it, a lot of private docks. If you're a water lifestyle kind of a person, that might be a perfect fit for you. There's no real tract home communities in there at all. There's a lot of space, a lot of custom type homes. It's a really quiet, lovely place to live. Downfalls of it are if you're a commuter, it could take longer to get to the freeways. It takes longer to get to your kids' schools. It takes longer to get to the grocery stores. The YMCA and the Costco and Home Depot, they're a good 20, 25 minutes away. So it's further away from everything. And the biggest question mark is that bridge. So let's talk about that bridge. Now, obviously it's been around a long time. People drive over it every single day. Fire trucks drive over it, moving trucks, concrete trucks, propane trucks, septic trucks, all of those drive over that all the time. But there is talks in the works of how that's going to have to be replaced. There's currently an environmental study going on of the impact of that. There is no resolution. There is no idea of how it's going to be paid for. The worries is there's going to be a toll bridge maybe, or the residents of Fox Island only are going to have to pay for it. From what I've been told, that is not how it's going to happen. It's going to be a more well-rounded funded project, but all of this is up in the air and there's no definitive answer for it yet. If anybody tells you exactly what's going on, it's in wives' tale, urban legend, rumor mill, and they don't know what they're talking about because there is no definitive plan yet. Now, one nice thing about the Fox Island Bridge is, unlike the Purdy Bridge, if you're going over the Key Peninsula, which gets really backed up, and I mean, it gets seriously backed up during rush hour, this does not. This bridge only obviously accesses Fox Island. It's a much smaller population than all of Key Peninsula, so you don't have to worry about rush hour on that bridge at all. You just drive over it. There's no impact on a commute time or anything like that as far as the time of day goes, just you are going over a bridge. Okay, so we are driving from Fox Island to downtown Gig Harbor, and that's going to be our next stop. But while we're on the road here, just wanted to let you know that all of my my information is going to be put up right here. Feel free to reach out to myself, the team, at any time. We would love to be a resource for you. Anything Gig Harbor or the surrounding areas related. Like I said, we've been doing this a long time. We've helped hundreds and hundreds of people relocate to the Gig Harbor area. Even if you're looking in Tacoma, University Place, or up into Kitsap County, that is very much within our ballpark. It's what we do for a living. So feel free to reach out literally anytime and we'll get back to you right away. Okay, so here we are in downtown Gig Harbor, and we are sitting at the corner of Ross and Dorotich. And this is one block up from Harborview. This is downtown old school Gig Harbor. And this is the next neighborhood that we're going to talk about. And this is just a really, really cool spot. It's the oldest part of Gig Harbor, obviously. It's downtown. Some of the homes were built in the 1800s. Many of them were built mid-century, in the 50s and 60s. But it's been going through this transformation where the older homes are being updated. It's in the hub of everything. Like I said, we're one block away from Harborview. That's where all the action of Gig Harbor is. This is where if you want to walk out of your back door and be in the hub of all the action with the farmers market and the summer concert series, or take your dog for a walk along the waterfront, whatever it may be, if you want downtown type living in a smaller community. This is not Seattle. This is not nightclub central. This is small community Gig Harbor. But if you want to be in the action of that and be really involved in the community, this is where you want to be. If I were to leave my neighborhood, this is where I personally would want to live. It's just right up my sleeve for my lifestyle at this point in my life. Downtown Gig Harbor, like I said, this is where, there's coffee shops, there's restaurants down here, there's retail, there's no big name retail. It's all mom and pop kind of shops, which is great. It's kind of a touristy area, local touristy, especially in the summer. You're going to get people coming down on the weekend from Seattle, places like that, come down here for lunch. But it's not like a tourist destination where you're getting people from overseas to come to Gig Harbor. We're not that. It's more of a local touristy kind of a spot. But it's really, really cool. I love the vibe down here. This personally, I can't say enough about downtown Gig Harbor. It's a really, really, really cool spot. Now, if you want privacy, if you want acreage, if you want livestock, if you want stuff like that, this is not the area for you. You got to be more out in the Artendale, Rosedale, maybe even Fox Island areas, but downtown's really cool. So Gig Harbor is actually a little bit more active. Things sell a little quicker. It's a highly desirable place, and we have the price ranges in downtown Gig Harbor to reflect that. You're not going to buy a $600,000 house down here in downtown Gig Harbor. It's going to be well above $1 million. Even for something that's a few blocks up from the water and it's kind of small, the location is what you're buying. And you want really expensive waterfront, at least for our area. Right over on the other side of the water over there, Goodman Drive is a Rodeo Drive of Gig Harbor, and they've got homes over there. One of them's for sale for $12 million. Now, it hasn't sold. I don't think it's worth $12 million, but gives you an idea of what kind of properties are over there. So, but they do sell for $5, $6, $7, $8 million. There's been some home sales over there for that for sure. All right, now we have moved from downtown and we are in Gig Harbor North, and this is the growth of Gig Harbor over the last, decade or so, and this is a perfect example. This is called Harbor Hill, and as you can see, this is a very established, purposely developed community. There's about 3,000 homes in here. There's about 5 different builders, all tract homes. You get a lot of the similar kind of style, but it's all the amenities. It has sidewalks. It's on city sewer. The turnover, the homes sell pretty quickly. In fact, I just helped a lady right around the corner purchase a house just a few weeks ago. She spent $790,000 on about a 2,600 square foot house, 4 bedrooms. This is very, very family oriented type of community. Most of the homes, I think all the homes in here are actually 2 stories. Some of them have a master on, or can't even say master anymore. Primary bedroom on the main floor, but most of the bedrooms are up. I mean, these are a typical family type environment. Halloween here is off the charts. You're going to have thousands of kids going around the neighborhood. The great thing about Gig Harbor North, and particularly Harbor Hill, is we're so close to everything. I mean, you can walk to Swiftwater Elementary, which is a brand new elementary school. You can literally walk to Target, Home Depot, Costco, the YMCA. It is literally just right over there. I mean, we're within a quarter mile of it. So, and we're within a minute drive of the freeway. So for you commuters, for you people that want all the amenities super close, for people that want a real sense of tight community, you don't have half-acre lots here at all. You have smaller smaller lots. The homes are closer together. If that's what you're looking for, this is totally the neighborhood. So this is a view of what Harbor Hill looks like. And this is Gig Harbor North. Now, Gig Harbor North also has other areas and communities that are not this tract home type environment. There's places off of Peacock Hill that have been there for a long time. And you do have more space, more individual looking type homes. But this was one of the big growth areas of Gig Harbor about 10 years ago or so is when Harbor Hill started. And it took a couple years to get all established. So this is one of the new modern areas of Gig Harbor for sure. Okay, so while we're on our way to the last neighborhood that I'm going to talk about today, realize of these 7 areas that we're talking about, there's a lot of other areas within those. I mean, we have Wallachia, we have Shore Acres, we have Point Richmond, we have Arletta, we have all these smaller areas that are somewhere within the bigger areas that we talked about, such as Artendale, Rosedale, Fox Island, Gig Harbor North. Gig Harbor North's got a big area. It's got communities like Harbor Hill that we just drove out of, and it's also got a community called Canterwood, which we're driving to now. 2 totally different places, but they're all in Gig Harbor North. Okay, so we have arrived in our 7th and last destination, which is the community of Canterwood. Now, Canterwood is, like I said, in Gig Harbor North, but it is its own gated community. There's about 815 homes in here. It surrounds a golf course, so this is a true golf course community. Now, you don't have to be a member of the club to live here or vice versa, but many people are. This is one of the more prestigious, recognizable, specific neighborhoods in Gig Harbor. It's got 24-hour security at the gates. You get a lot of walkers, just like the people that we walked by there that are walking their dogs or kids are riding their bikes. Canterwood really got established in the late 1980s. So some of the homes reach back to then, and there's still actually a couple vacant lots in here. I think there's 11 total right now, and there are some newer homes. Most of these homes have a custom home type appeal to them. Average price point in here is well above $1 million. Some of the homes are getting close to $3 million, but we have not had a sale of $3 million yet, but you can easily be in that $2 million range for some of these homes. A lot of the lots are about a half acre. Homes range from like 3,000 square feet to, gosh, there's some in here that are 6,500 square feet. Right now I am on Canterwood Drive. This is right in the middle of the neighborhood. This is a super cool area, especially if you want a country club lifestyle. So Canterwood's got a wide range of demographic, especially when it comes to ages. We definitely have our retired population in here that there's a few areas in Canterwood that have what we call club homes and townhomes. So they're much smaller, single level, not really suited for bigger families. So we do have a retirement population. We also have lots of young families in here with young kids that use all the amenities like the pool and the tennis courts and the pickleball courts and all the things that go along with the membership here. I live in Canterwood. I've lived in here for over 20 years. I've raised my kids in here. We moved in here when my kids were like 3 and 5 years old. Now they're 23 and 25, and I still live in the exact same house. Canterwood is, it's for everybody if you want this type of lifestyle. And we're going to drive right by the backside of the pool and some of the tennis courts and pickleball courts right here. Over here, this is all part of the club. Now to use these, you have to be a club member, and there's various levels of club membership, all the way up to the golf membership, which encompasses everything. The pool, the gym, all the courts, the unlimited access to the golf course, the restaurant, the bar, all that stuff. But there's also social memberships where you can use a lot of those amenities, not the golf course, obviously, and not some of the pickleball or tennis courts. You have access to some of them, but not all of them. Everybody, we are now exiting Canterwood, and that is it. We have hit 7 areas today. These are the big popular areas of Gig Harbor, from Rosedale to Artendale to Fox Island. We touched on Key Peninsula, downtown Gig Harbor, and then Gig Harbor North, which we included Harbor Hill and Canterwood that we just left. Like I said, there's many other smaller areas within those areas, and this video could go on for hours if we went on for all of that. But this is the big gist of things. If you want more detail, right here, this QR code, that's my relocation guide. Please download that. Again, my name is Darren Rivers. I am managing broker of the Rivers Group. Please feel free to reach out to us. All our information is right here, and we'll see you on the next video.